I wondered how long it would take.
No, I'm serious. I left. Yeah, I'm at the cabin. Mom's place. I just needed somewhere quiet. You know, I got off work early today. And when I walked into the apartment, they were in our bed. Yeah. His coworker. No, they did not hear me come in. They were a little busy for that. Well, I just stood there for a second, like my brain couldn't even process what I was looking at. And then he noticed me. Oh yeah. He jumped out of bed and chased me through the apartment, stark naked. No, I'm not exaggerating. It was telling me it wasn't what it looked like. Like him being naked in our bed. There wasn't explanation enough. I know. Who am I going to believe? Him or my lying eyes? God, I'm such an idiot. I knew it. Yes, it was the same girl I was telling you about. The one he kept telling me was so stupid he couldn't stand her. The one who kept screwing stuff up at his job. No, I didn't scream. It just grabbed my bag. And I left. I gave him 5 years. 5 years of my life. And for what? I feel like I wasted it. No, I know. You warned me. I just didn't want to believe it. I thought he loved me. I really did. But it's fine. I'm gonna stay here for a while. It's not that far to work from here. Besides, with, Mom gone, it's empty and it's quiet, It would give me some time to just think. Yeah, I'll call you tomorrow. No, don't drive up. No, don't. I'll be fine. I'm gonna hike in the woods and just sleep when I'm not hiking. You know how much you hate that, hiking. Yeah, I know you do. I'll see you at work in a few days. I love you too.
You were wrong about one thing, little human. 5 years are not wasted. A serpent sheds its skin when it has outgrown it. The old skin is not mourned. It simply no longer fits.
Hello? Who's there? Who? Oh my God. What are you? No, seriously. What are you? Stop! Stay there. You're not human.
No, I am not. Well, not entirely. Do not be alarmed. if I meant you harm, you would not still be sitting in that chair. You would not have finished your phone call. And I would not be speaking to you. You may go inside or run to your car. I will not stop you, but I do not think you will.
Why? What made you think I will stay? Do I look stupid?
Of course not, little human. I believe you will choose to stay because curiosity is stronger than fear. And you have always been curious. Besides, I've never meant you any harm.
Wait. I've seen you somewhere. I know I have. You were at the gas station.
Yes. You seemed lost, distressed. I wondered where you would go. We are neighbors, you and I. I would join you with your permission.
Hey, you just touched my foot.
I apologize for my length. Your porch is small, and I am not. Besides, if you truly wished to move your foot, you would have. You did not. When you first saw me, your heart was racing. Now your breathing is slowing. That is good. A frightened creature runs. A curious one stays. You are still here.
I figure I'm either having a breakdown or, to be honest, weird is better than what the rest of the day has been. You're some kind of snake, right? But you didn't look like this at the gas station.
Serpent Shifter, if you prefer human terminology. I would shift into my human form, but, well, clothing is not part of the shift. Unless you are overly alarmed by my appearance, I will remain partially shifted.
Thanks. I don't think I can do any more naked right now. So, do you live around here? You said we were neighbors.
Barricades in the ridge behind your cabin. My kind has lived there for a very long time. I'm not sure if you remember. You wandered these woods when you were younger. You followed the creek. You never noticed me watching. I've decided to allow you to notice me now.
Wow. You've been watching me?
Not always, but long enough to recognize you. And tonight, after seeing you at my business, you returned to my forest wounded. You believe you wasted 5 years. You did not. A serpent sheds its skin when it has outgrown it. The old skin is not mourned. It simply no longer fits. You have done the same. You are thinking very hard. I can hear it. Humans make a very particular sound when they are deciding whether they should be afraid. You are doing quite well. Most people would have run inside by now, locked the door, and tried very hard to convince themselves they imagined what they saw. But you did not. You stayed. That is interesting. You came here because you were hurt. You spoke of betrayal. Humans do that often. Choose poorly. But you did something unusual. You left. You did not scream. You did not beg. You did not stay. You chose self-respect. That takes strength. You think you lost something tonight, but from where I sit, you escaped something. Something that was harmful to your well-being. Tell me something. Why did you come here? I mean here specifically, to this cabin. There are many places a wounded human might run. Friends, a bar, hotels, crowded cities. But you came here, to the forest, because it was quiet. You always thought that, even when you were smaller. You used to follow the creek behind this cabin. You would sit on the rocks for hours. You asked questions out loud. You never waited for answers, but you asked anyway. I wondered if you would return alone someday. Most humans do not. They forget the places that made them curious. But you came back tonight, and you finally came alone, as though the forest called you. did. You said something earlier that you wasted 5 years. That is a very human way of thinking. In the forest, nothing is wasted. Leaves fall, skin sheds, storms break branches, and new things grow. You are standing in the middle of that moment now. The moment between what you were and what you will become. That moment is dangerous, but it is also beautiful. You are not the same creature who walked into that apartment tonight, and you will not be the same creature when you leave this forest. Transformation does that. And if you remain here long enough, you may find the forest has more to offer you than silence. You may even find that you are not as alone as you believed.
Okay. So you own the gas station and you live here in a cave behind the cabin, and you have for a long time.
Yes. In the ridge behind this cabin, there are caves there. Warm stone, underground water. It suits my kind. Humans rarely notice the ridge or the caves. They are too busy watching the road. You've been here many times, and you have never found the caves.
Oh, well, that's true. I didn't know there were caves in the ridge. Are there more of you? Like, is there a whole city of you, serpent people?
No, my curious little human, not here. They live deeper in the mountains. My kind generally prefers solitude. Most find humans to be noisy neighbors. I am different. I like humans. They are interesting. You are quieter than most. Even tonight, it must be difficult and confusing to find that there are creatures so unlike yourself, but in many ways so very much the same, living in this forest. You must have many questions.
Yeah, I guess. Why were you watching me?
Curiosity. You were not like the others. When you were young, most children ran through the forest, shouting. You listened. You would sit on the rocks by the creek, very still, as though you expected the forest to answer your questions. It amused me and intrigued me. Humans rarely listen, but you did. And tonight, you returned, hurt. You smell different tonight. Grief and anger. Anger is healthier. Sadness makes creatures small. Anger makes them move. You moved. You left. That is why you're here. The forest recognizes creatures in the middle of change. So do serpents. You fear me less now. I can hear it in your breathing. That is wise. I would rather speak with you than frighten you. Tell me something. When you left that apartment, did you feel relief? It's all right. You don't have to speak it. Humans rarely admit it. But freedom often arrives, disguised as heartbreak. You are shedding something tonight. A life, a promise, a version of yourself. You must shed something in order to grow. And when a serpent sheds its skin, it does not hide. It finds warm stone, quiet, stillness. You chose well. You came to the right place, and you are not alone here. Not tonight.
Hey, you snake charmer. Don't get any ideas. I felt that, you know, your tail brushing my ankle.
Did you?
Yes. Your coils are warm. Why are you warm? I thought snakes were cold-blooded.
We shifters run hot. Besides, I am simply trying to be comforting. Though I must admit, you are handling all of this superbly. You are calmer now. That is good. When creatures panic, they make poor choices, poor decisions. You did not. You listened to the forest. That is rarer than you might think. You came to the forest tonight, believing you were alone, that no one would see you, that no one would hear you. But the forest always listens, and sometimes it answers. You will sleep well tonight. The air here is quieter than the city, warmer, sweeter, and there are no lies in these woods. That man you left behind, he does not deserve the space he occupies in your thoughts. You will see that soon. Tonight was not the end of something. It was the moment you shed it. You may stay here as long as you wish. The forest will not harm you, and neither will I. I will remain nearby, watching, just as I always have. Sleep. You have shed enough for one night. And when the sun rises, you may begin again. And perhaps tomorrow, you will come walk the creek with me. You're still awake, tucked up and warm in your bed. I can hear it, even out here. You keep listening to the forest, as if you expect something to move again. You are learning. I told you earlier that I had watched you before. That was true, but not the whole truth. I did not follow you from the gas station tonight. I was already waiting for a very long time. You came back, and though I didn't know why before, now I understand why I waited. Creatures change in quiet places. The forest knows that. So do serpents. You believe tonight ended something. The forest West has seen endings like this for centuries. They are usually the beginning of something stronger, something deeper, something better. Sleep now, little wanderer. You are exactly